Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day so far and I hope it keeps getting better from here. I found a NASA article stating that the sun has a solar reversal and that it's becoming more active. But what does this necessarily mean? Let's find out. So ever since the 1980s, according to the article, the sun, or the amount of solar activity, has been steadily decreasing all the way up to 2008 when solar activity was the weakest on record. I've never thought the sun would have decreased activity. I thought the sun would always be active because it's the way we get light and multiple events happen on the sun. What was the sun like before this? Was it increasing or was it more stable? There's plenty of questions I have about this. Ever since past 2008, the sun reversed its course and it started to become increasingly active. I guess now, since it's more active, more space weather events like solar storms or flares would likely increase as well. I don't think that would really impact Earth per se. I mean, it could, but we're pretty far from the sun despite being the third closest planet to the sun. And I just think this is incredible that the sun is becoming more and more active. It's like, it's always interesting to think, like, you would think the sun would be decreased or like something, but the opposite actually happens. I know that didn't really make much sense, but it's just, this is just where I can get my thoughts together. And the earliest tracking of solar activity began in early 1600s when astronomers, including Galileo, counted spots, sunspots, and documented their changes. Back then, these spots were cooler, darker regions on the sun's surface. The sun being cold, you don't hear that every day. The sun's usually pretty hot, but these spots being colder back then, and they're probably not colder now, well, they're probably gonna get even more warm because of the increased activity. And I think now with the higher activity, according to the article, it states that areas with sunspots are often associated with higher solar activity, such as solar flares, which are intense bursts of radiation and mass ejections, which are huge bubbles of plasma that erupt from the sun's surface and streak across the solar system. So I have a question. Are these kind of like volcanoes in a way? Like, is it similar to a volcano where it actually like erupts and it just soars to the sky? And another thing, is it going to impact us in any way? Because despite being very far from the sun, we are the third closest planet. I don't really think so, because I think it would mostly impact like Mercury and Venus because those planets are closer. If it streaks across the entire solar system, I think all the planets would be affected. I don't know. That's a bit weird to say because why would, like, the further planets I don't really think would get affected. I think easily the 4 closest from Mercury to Mars might get impacted, but okay, so according to the article I just found another piece that solar activity affects the magnetic fields of planets throughout the solar system. As the solar wind, a stream of charged particles flowing from the sun and other solar activities increase, the sun's influence expands and compresses magnetospheres, which serve as protective bubbles of planets with magnetic cores and magnetic fields, including Earth. So this is going to impact Earth. Or maybe not as much? Well, like, I just have so many questions about this. I know it's like, why do you have so many questions about this? Because I want answers. Like, is this gonna be harmful to us? Are we gonna, like, die because of this? Like, is it gonna be hotter? Like, what's gonna happen to us? And apparently, over the centuries, this is according to the article, over the centuries that people have been studying solar activity, the quietest times were a 3-decade stretch from 1645 to 1715, and a 4-decade stretch from 1790 to 1830. Was the sun really cold? Like, was it colder during these times than now? Or was it just warm with nothing happen? Like, what's going on with these? And I don't really want to quote anything because of that's copyright and also it's violation of their... I don't know about this, the sun being have an increased activity. This could be bad for us because we, like I said, we are very close, and it could cause it to be warmer. However, winter, or well, fall, most likely. Fall is almost here. You never know. Anything can happen at any given time. Like, we thought the sun would just keep decreasing, but the article says otherwise, and it's actually increasing. This could be problematic. I'll just say that. Because if it gets too hot, it would be unlivable. Or these solar flares could make Earth too hot. I think that's really all the points I want to cover from this article. I covered a huge majority of the article, but if you want to read the article for yourself, it's in the description. But also, NASA does not endorse this content, channel, or myself. This is just for commentary, entertainment, and educational purposes only. You all chose this for Wildcard Week, and I hope you are happy. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It helps out the channel a ton, and consider subscribing. But if you do subscribe, just know that I upload other forms of content like playing games like Payday 2. Well, after knowing about this about the sun, I'm just gonna stay inside for a bit. Have a wonderful and safe rest of your day, and I'll see you in October. Alright, have a good one.